I've seen people talking about it and think, what did you think about Athena being the one to win the gauntlet match? Do you think that was the right call?
I wasn't sure until I saw last night's Dynamite and I saw Collision, and I saw Tony and Athena interacting, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that match is going to be a lot of fun.
Of course, that was my prediction, was Athena was going to win it. I think that was the right call. Because I saw somebody last night was saying that they weren't sure that Athena beats Tony, but I don't think you have her win to cash in.
I think she beats Tony.
Yeah, I think she absolutely beats Tony. I think you can't have her win. I think MJF is winning the title too. I think that both, that's why they put it on, but that's why MJF and Athena won. They're both going to be champions at some point whenever they decide to cash it in. And Tony said, because of course somebody asked, so, you know, like, how does this work with the contract? Like, do we, because I don't think they're going to do like with Christian when he had it and then it ended up going, you know, Moxley took it from him or whatever. Like, I don't think it's going to be, or no, it was Darby that was the one that John Moxley took it away from, right? So he got the title match.
I think so.
Grand Slam.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I don't think that's happening here. And I think you have to follow through here. And so Tony said that the champions have earned a say in when they cash them in, which is possible.
Athena's a big personality. Tony Storm's a big personality. They clearly have it in them to do a program after last night, if you ask me. I'm the only balcony bitch in this business is one of my favorite lines ever uttered. Great. And that girl, she never ceases to say something that pops me. She's amazing.
No. Oh, she's
that
incredible.
was the greatest line of the weekend. I was like, I love you so much.
She's so great. Again, and that's why I say, like, part of me wants her to hold the title forever because I love her. But on the other hand, we're getting into bloodline territory. It's been more than 2 years.
I think Athena's going to be really popular with people now that she's out from behind the paywall, and her and Tony going after it. If last night is any indication of what those two can start to do, and we know they can do it, and like we know they can work in the ring.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tight match. I'm excited for that. Let's go.
Yeah, those two and I heard that too, Crash. So Tony is wrestling Billy Starks on Wednesday.
Right.
If Billy wins, she gets the title shot. And I am wondering if they're going to have Billy win and have her get a title shot at Tony before Athena does. I don't think clearly she's not winning it. But
right.
To make this, because they are not going to do that. I don't see this match happening at Forbidden Door.
Just to taunt her.
They've got to make this last. We've got 2 months before All Out.
Yeah, at least.
And so you've got to keep them apart for a bit to make. And so you've got Athena doing kind of a little bit of the, you know, the chicken shit hill stuff where she's like, I'm not going to sign this. And she like runs through the crowd and, you know, all this stuff and like doesn't really want to, which Athena's been doing in ROH. She kept ducking Thunder Rosa leading up to their stuff. So this is kind of on brand for Athena. And so I could see.
But only 12 people have seen it.
Yes. So I think that I could see Billy, and I don't think Billy versus Tony is happening at Forbidden Door either, but I could see them doing Tony and Billy first. And maybe Billy wins and you've got to get it because you've got to give them time. I think All Out is the right call. And I think you are correct about this is where the women main event is in Toronto at All Out, and Athena beats Tony in the main event.
I think so.
I
think that finally shook out. I don't think it was necessarily what they planned, but I think things worked out great for them, and they're in an awesome position. And like you said, Athena's been doing this. She's been doing it in a place that no one's seen it. She came out last night. She's already over with people. She's been over for a long time. People have been buying the ROH pay-per-views to see her wrestle on ROH pay-per-views. Like, that is happening. But having her out there with Tony is going to be awesome because she's perfected. She's doing her own version of dominating the women's division in ROH that Tony's doing in AEW. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think
it makes more sense once you saw it play out than it would have made sense necessarily before that. But
yeah.
Now I'm like, let's go.
And so now that they've moved Death Before Dishonor up a week, she will be Athena will now be at 993 days as champion. And somebody was asking, they were like, well, do you think she's going to lose at Death Before Dishonor? And I was like, no, you cannot get her 7 days away from 1,000-day milestone and make her drop that title. I don't see that happening. Tony likes his milestones. We saw what happened with Jade Cargill. He kept her until she got to 500 days, and he likes to do these. She's already surpassed all of the men as far as title reigns go. I think she wins at Death Before Dishonor, and then you get her to her 1,000-day mark the following Friday, because it's now exactly a week earlier. And then I really, really hope they're not going to have her vacate. But Nikki thinks that might be what they're doing, is because that's what Samoa Joe did. He won the title and then vacated it. I don't want her to do that, only because that's what happened to her and Asuka in NXT. And you've been building this up for 3 years. There's no reason that you don't have her drop that title to someone else to run that division. I don't think having her vacate and then having them win a vacated title is the move. But could I see that happening? Yes, because
she should put somebody over. That makes
I would prefer. I mean, of course, I
know what you're saying.
I hope it with Billy twice. If it's not going to be Billy, Queen Aminata is still my pick, because Queen Aminata can, and I know it's the AEW title, but yes, it is the AEW women's title. But the woman who's held it has held it for 3 years. She's going into 1,000 days. To be the woman to beat that person and then to make that title their own, that's huge. And I don't think you can just vacate that and have somebody win it. Like, I think she deserves to drop it to somebody. And for that women's division who have not been able to take that title from her, they deserve somebody who can beat her. You need to have somebody definitively beat Athena to own that title. Like, they can't just win it in a vacated situation. It would mean more to have somebody beat Athena. And if it's not going to be Billy, then I think Aminata is the best choice, because Aminata is incredible. And, my other choice obviously would be Trish Adora, but she was injured for a little bit and now she's back. And then I'm wondering, and she's going to be competing for the Pure title whenever that tournament starts. Trish is in that. So I'm assuming it's not going to, but you know what? Actually, I think Queen Aminata is in that too. So who the hell knows? I thought, and so somebody, and I don't know, but now I don't know I thought her opponent for Death Before Dishonor was going to be Shuri, because she debuted last week. That is Athena's dream match. She has been talking about that match forever. But then a few days after Shuri was in that, she has been dealing with an elbow injury and she needs surgery.
I saw Scotty Wrestling tweeted this morning that she is going to be out with that injury now. So
yeah, she's supposed to be having surgery on that elbow. So now I don't know who they're gonna. And now that they bumped it up, it's very interesting that they bumped that pay-per-view up a week, and I can't figure out what's happening. And then that pay-per-view is 4 days after Forbidden Door. So Forbidden Door is the 24th, and then the 29th is now that. And so it's kind of everything with ROH is up in the air, but I just don't see how you get Athena to 993 and then make her drop it. That's just ridiculous.